Hello, welcome to the GameSpot stage right here at E3 2014. It's the last demo of the day. It's not fair. We played so much fun stuff. Ho-Ho Come, H1Z1, Phoenix Rage, Dub Wars, Landmark, as I just throw caution to the wind and read directly from my sheet instead of pretending like I know all of this information already. I'm very happy to be lighted by Aaron Weber from Sega. How you doing, my friends?
Very good. Happy to be here. Thank you.
You're here with Hatsune Miku, Project Diva F. Second.
You got it. You got the title, my friend.
The sequel to Hatsune Miku Project Diva F.
That's correct. That's correct.
First of all, my good friends at Giant Bomb, Jeff Gerstmann, Brad Shoemaker, have been giving me the lowdown on the cultural reference here. And I feel like anyone who is, I'm sure there are people watching the stream and people who are here who know exactly what the fuck's going on, and they're wondering why I'm even explaining this. But for the folks at home who don't, Hatsune Miku, just the overall concept of who she is and her cultural relevance in Japan.
Let's do it. Let me give you the Reader's Digest version. So for all you viewers out there who are like, what's a Hatsune Miku?
Yeah.
Let me explain it to you. You guys know how GarageBand was created, so that if you didn't have a guitarist, say, you could add a guitar to music that you were creating. Hatsune Miku is actually based and originated in much the same way, but for vocals. So if you had a band but you didn't have a singer, you could use the Miku software to create music. And so people start making music in Japan with this program, and suddenly some really good musicians pop up, right? And people are going, man, who is this singer that I'm hearing in these amazing songs? And the internet happens and everything starts going viral.
Yeah.
And so that's how Miku actually began. She's a virtual singer. She's the world's most famous virtual singer. She has over 2 million English Facebook likes, which is kind of amazing, right? She had a concert in 2011 here in Los Angeles. It sold out in like 15 minutes.
How many people were?
It filled the Nokia.
Oh, really?
Set, like, packed it, right? She's huge, and she's just growing and getting bigger. She just opened for Lady Gaga over the last couple months.
So how does that, did they do it guerrilla style where it's some sort of a 3D representation?
Yeah, it's like a hologram that you see on the stage and a full 3D projection. It's really intense. And they just announced, in fact, I have this lovely card here. They just announced 2 concerts that are going to happen this year, one in Los Angeles and one in New York come October. So really, really exciting stuff. But let me tell you a bit more about the games, since that's probably what we're here to talk more about.
Let's talk video games. GameSpot, not.
I like video
games.
games.
We're not Kotaku here. We can't. Yeah, just do it.
I got a little rant actually. Mind if I do my rant first?
Go for it.
All right, guys. I'm talking to you, gamers. You guys at home. You guys that play your Battlefields and your Call of Duties and your Titanfalls, right? And some of you never play any game except those games. And I want to say, guys, that's a shame, because there are so many amazing games out in the world that you guys may have never played. And right now, I want to show you one of those games, and I want to show you why those are the kind of games you guys need to check out more of.
I swear to God, man, if this whole, talking about video game stuff doesn't work, the WWE would absolutely love you. That is, you cut a solid promo.
Fantastic. Well, let's get into it.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. Show me. Sell me. Okay, I am Video Gamer X, who is absolute piece of garbage. You only plays Call of Duty.
Hey, no. Right. That doesn't make you a piece of garbage. That does not. Just because you like the. No. Every game is respectable in its own way. What I want to do. I think it is.
All right. I bet I can think of a few that aren't, but okay.
What I want to say, though, is that there's so many games that get overlooked, right?
Yeah.
And so many games that people are like, oh, I don't know about that game. I'm not going to check that out. But I challenge many gamers today to get out there, like expand your horizons. Check out games you would normally check out. This game is a rhythm game. So what you're seeing on the screen here is Hatsune Miku and the other characters. These are all owned by Krypton. It's a rhythm game where you just tap the buttons. So like tapping circle, 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 circle. Really easy, right? So maybe you played like some Guitar Hero or some
I have been known to play other rhythm games, yes.
Yeah.
I even played some Donkey Konga.
Fantastic. So let's say you've never played a rhythm game though in your life, right? If you're a viewer that's like, I couldn't do this. Don't worry. That's what this mode is. We're looking at easy mode right now. And for you experienced rhythm gamers, we're going to get into some harder modes in just a little bit. So you're flicking the thumbstick for the stars there, right? And then you're just tapping the circle button, and that's all it is in easy mode. Super simple rhythm game. And a lot of people come up and they play it, right? And they're like, oh, this looks kind of fun. All right, I'll like try it. And after like 30 seconds, they're like tapping along, and then you see their head start to bob.
Yeah.
And then the foot starts to tap on the ground, and then by the end they're like, I have no idea what this game is, but I'm totally addicted right now. And that's what we like to hear.
It's that guilty pleasure. It's like for some reason they feel bad about liking it, but they're,
Well, and the Japanese culture stuff is really like growing quite a bit. Anime cons around the nation have record attendance year after year. Anime expos coming up in July here in Los Angeles, and so there's a lot of stuff going on. The next song we're going to look at is a slightly harder song. It's actually one of the songs that was the first really popular Miku song. It's called The World Is Mine.
So when these songs were being released, presumably because it was a piece of software that a lot of people had access to, was it different people releasing the songs, or is it now one company owns it?
All right, so check this out. Yeah, so a lot of these guys have their own labels. A lot of them are under a label that's owned by Krypton.
Okay.
But when these guys were coming out with the music, very often they're these creative internet communities, and one guy's like, well, I can write music, but I'm not a good artist. I can't draw anything. And then another guy's like, well, I can do the art, but I couldn't do a music video. And so then they find another guy online who's like, well, I'll do the music video.
Crazy.
It's kind of an amazing story because it's like all of these creative types and people coming together to create this final piece, which is the music with this special costume with the video. And in our game, we actually have over 150 costumes, which is really amazing. And all of those costumes, the modules as we call them, were created by different people around the world. So it's like all this user creation. The game itself has 40 different songs in it. We're showing you. We're going to show you 3 today. We might show you a couple of the harder ones. And in addition to that, though, it also has a mode called the Diva Room. And in the Diva Room, you can go kind of hang out with the virtual idols that you see
thank God.
Now, the giant bomb guys really love that part.
Yes.
Let me tell you.
I'm not surprised.
Anyone who's seen it can tell. But beyond that mode, there's also an edit mode. Edit mode's really cool because that's where what you're seeing on screen, you could go do this yourself. So you could say, well,
create your own.
You can not only create your own from like positioning the camera, telling the character where to move, what animations to do. You can use your own music, and you can add in your own buttons, and then you can upload those to PSN, and they can be ranked and voted on by different people. And the cool thing is, the game is coming out for both PlayStation 3 and PlayStation Vita, right? Those will be able to talk to each other. So not only can you do that with the leaderboards, but there's also going to be cross-save compatibility. So you're at work, you're somewhere else, not home, you're playing it on your Vita and you're like, this is awesome. But then you go home, and because it's cross-save, all the work that you've done is going to translate to your PS3 copy.
So when you said you can import your own songs, is that like any song? Or
that's any song.
Really?
Yeah. So what's your favorite band?
Deftones.
Deftones? You want to make a Deftones song with the Miku engine? You can do that stuff. You can upload it to PSN, and all the other Deftones fans will be like, this is the best. I'm voting this up.
I almost feel like you shouldn't. I almost feel like if you're going to, like, experience this for what it is, for the style, the aesthetic, like the music is like inexorably, like that's what the genesis of all this was, surely.
Yeah, like is it not authentic? It's kind of the I would say I wouldn't even worry about that because the cool thing about Miku and about all of this stuff is that it's all about user creation. It's about the enjoyment of people making really amazing things and those things becoming really popular. So don't worry about offending anybody.
Okay.
If you make a Deftones version,
when I upload my Be Quiet and Drive video on Hatsune Miku, I will feel pretty good about it.
I will download it for you.
All right.
I'll vote for you. Don't worry.
So it's coming out on Vita and PS3. Are you guys got a PS4 version at all in the works?
No, just Vita and PS3. One of the things that's different this time, this game has a really amazing story, actually. The first game almost never came out in the West.
Yes.
It was very close to never happening. And we did a Facebook post. And this was like our last-ditch attempt. We had to convince the executives that this game would be worth bringing out, right? So we did a Facebook post that said, like it and share it if you want to see this game in the West. And God bless you, Sega fans and Miku fans. Because you guys, they went on Facebook, they liked it, they shared it. It became the most liked and shared thing that Sega's ever done.
Oh, wow,
like,
really?
in history, across any IP, more than Sonic, more
Take
than
that,
anything.
Sonic.
And so, now I love Sonic, don't get me wrong. But we were really happy to see that. And so, thanks to that, we were able to convince everyone to let that first game come out. And then
so when was that? Was that like 2 years ago?
This was actually last August.
Oh, was it? Wow, really? You guys working?
Yeah, and the Vita version of the first game only came out in March.
Oh, wow.
Which is
so
kind of amazing.
how much of a delay was there between the original Japanese release and when it came out?
We managed to do it with about a 6-month delay.
It's not that bad.
Which is not bad at all. And a lot of people look at a Japanese game and they might go, oh, I mean, it's just a rhythm game. What do you have to do? You just got to, like, localize a couple menu bits, right? No. No, my friends. There's so much more to it than that. And the guy playing right now is Sam Mullen. Sam is our producer. He's so passionate about Miku, and he's one of the guys that can tell you that his whole job at Sega was like getting this thing ready to go, and it's months and months and months of time. So tons of work goes into it, but thanks, to the reception of the first game, to it doing really well. Like, we released it, and we're like, oh, please, fans, like, put your money where your mouth was. Go buy this game. Like, we want to bring out, these kind of games.
Yeah. How did it do then when it eventually came out?
Yeah, and thanks to that, like, they all did it, and that's what made us able to go, all right, we're going to do the sequel. And the Vita version did not come out as a physical copy. And I remember posting on the Sony blogs, and the Sony fans, man, they're like, we really want a physical version. Why is there no physical copy? And so when we were coming up with the second one, I remember very distinctly being like, we have to do a physical version for the PS Vita, for all the Vita owners out there. And we are, so.
Excellent. I'm not surprised because it seems like this has a very dedicated fan base, and one of the nicest things is just having a physical version of any game that you've got.
Yeah, right? Our thinking was that, like, if you like these kind of games, you like the Japanese games, you like some of the niche games, right? You like having that on your bookshelf, too. You like being able to look at it and be like, this thing is so shiny. I'm glad I bought this. You know, that kind of moment is nice to have.
All right, so are we looking at something hard here? Because I got to be honest, this is looking pretty goddamn hard.
This is hard mode, my friends. In hard mode, this is for all you experienced rhythm gamers out there. Those arrows, what you're doing is you're tapping the direction of the arrow and like the mirrored button on the right side. So if it's like the down arrow, it's down in X. Up is up in triangle, down in X. Triangle, triangle, square, square, X, X. These music videos are amazing. The game is developed by Sega of Japan. All of these videos have little extras hidden without them and through in them. What we're going to see coming up is actually going to be what's called Chance Time. Chance Time happens in every song. It's where you're going to see some sort of rainbow-colored streaks flowing with the symbols as they come up on the screen. If he gets Chance Time right, what's going to happen is that something special will happen in the video at some point, and they're all little Easter eggs.
We're crossing our fingers for him.
I think he can do it. That's a tech zone right there. Tech zones are little bits of the song where they throw kind of a hard combo at you, and if you manage to nail all the notes, you get a score boost. The bar at the bottom of the screen that you can see there, bar at the bottom of the screen is how he's progressing so far within the song, and so far doing very well, so keep it up, Sam. You're rocking it, man. Here's the Chance Time. See those rainbow streaks behind him? So he's trying to get it. He needs to fill that star up in the bottom left. Oh, almost.
You can do it, bro. Oh.
He didn't quite get it. That's all right. That's all right. He might have time for one more, and hopefully he'll get it on that one. So the game itself, like, really easy to get into. Super simple to start off on, but also surprisingly complex. So those of you that love complex rhythm games, you want a big challenge with your rhythm games, worry not. And hard mode actually is not the hardest mode. I'm just going to throw that out there. There's one called extreme mode.
Not surprised.
Which is about maybe 30 to 50% harder than what you're seeing right here.
Can we see some extreme mode?
Not today, but tell you what, if you have Google and YouTube, yes you can.
No, you don't.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
For another 5 minutes, you don't have Google or YouTube.
You stay here. You stay here. Google, no, do not go to Google right now.
One of the biggest bum outs of playing rhythm games where they've got like this amazing animation nonsense happening in the background is that often you're just too busy friggin' hitting the buttons. Is there a mode where you can just look at them?
Yes.
They've literally thought of everything.
Yes, there is a mode where you can just watch the video by itself. Another cool thing is you can change out all of the modules or the costumes that you see in these videos. So let's say you're like, my favorite character isn't Miku. I really like Rin or Len or Kaito. You can swap out Miku for these other characters, and the music video will progress as normal with that special character, that costume.
Are those other characters known within the wider like Miku universe? Like yes,
they are. They actually all have their own unique sound banks. Believe it or not. Now in the game, it won't swap out the sound bank. It's just the character, but we have different songs by those characters in the game. So every character has a song where you hear them singing. You're going to see them actually in this video right here, and that's one of the extra costumes for Miku. You'll notice that's not her regular default outfit.
Yeah. So. One of the questions Devin's asked, is there a model viewer for the characters themselves?
Just to look at the characters? Yeah. There is something like that when you're swapping out the modules and the costumes, and you can kind of take a look at them. Now, I wouldn't call it a full-fledged model viewer, but you can definitely look at all the modules before you use them in a song.
This is some mega fan service going on here.
This game was such a passion project.
Oh my god, my fucking eyes.
Do you see? Okay,
what are you doing to my eyes here?
Keep up, you can do this.
Right.
In the bottom right, what you're seeing there are two of the challenge items that Sam has stacked on to make it harder. So let's say you're watching, it's like, man, I could ace that. This is easy.
This game wasn't challenging enough visually as it was.
And it sounds crazy, man, but the more you play it, the better you'll get at it. And this kind of stuff does become pretty easy.
Yeah.
And so when you get to that level, you're like, I'm ready for the next step. And that's when you can throw on challenge items to get more Diva points. The Diva points are how you buy and unlock items in the game. So you can buy items for their room, you can buy new costumes with those. And so if you're willing to take a little risk by throwing a big challenge in there, that's where you get this kind of stuff coming in.
Aaron, I think you're converting me here. Also, we just got super loud. I love it. It's like the world of Hatsune Miku is just spreading wider into the...
Projecting. Hatsune Miku everywhere.
So it's how good you are at being a promo dude. Anything else we should know about Hatsune Miku?
Yeah,
PlayStation Vita, PlayStation 3.
That's right. It's coming out this fall. You can pre-order it right now.
Okay. Digital?
It'll be coming out packaged and digital, PS3 and Vita simultaneous, all on the same day this fall. We'll be announcing when that is very soon.
Awesome. I came to this being completely ignorant. I think I'm leaving a fan. Aaron Weber from
Fantastic.
Sega. Absolute pleasure having you on the stage. Before I leave you and we all disappear into the ether, what else have you seen around E3? Have you been at E3 before?
Oh, this is my 6th year.
Oh, wow.
Fantastic. For the 6th year, yeah. I saw the giant Evolve statue in the other hall near the Sega booth. It's huge. Obviously, I saw Sonic Boom and all of our cool stuff for that, and I'm really interested now to finally see this hall and see what first party's got.
Oh, you haven't been over? Oh, of course.
This is my first time here. Because
you guys are in the South Hall.
That's right, that's right. So come see the Sega booth in the other hall, and I'm excited to see this stuff, man.
I'm waiting to try and get over there. Every single time I get over there, 2 things happen. 1, I turn up late. 2, I meet Hip Hop Gamer. Every single year, Hip Hop Gamer.
He bench pressed me once.
Oh, did he really?
He bench pressed me in an interview for Yakuza like years ago, man. I've got some stories with Hip Hop Gamer. Let me tell you.
Speaking of Yakuza 5 North American release.
I don't have any news on that.
Come on.
No news.
You seem to be the guy to talk to get niche popular games to the West.
I'm the guy for all things Miku. If you want to talk about Sonic, I can talk about Sonic, but I don't have any news on other IP. We know there's a lot of fans out there that love that stuff. I love it too, man.
Yeah.
So.
All right, no worries. We got enough out of you today. Aaron, absolute pleasure to meet you. Thanks to everyone for watching today's